Okay. So the space that you're in there, you were in that space, you recognize the space. The key this time is to say, okay, what is this feeling? Before I go to my response, I want to go to what experience I'm having and give it a voice. I'm going to actually say it out. I'm going to call it out. Give it air versus, because I would say the typical response to a threat, right? To our fight or to our survival. Again, everything that creates the way that our brains work around our environment and how we relate to people, especially when money's involved. And for you, power is money, right? Um, ego is survival. That's what that is. So what you're saying when you say, well, maybe it's my ego, well, maybe it's my survival mechanism. Well, fuck yeah, it is. I mean, that's what we're all doing. We're all running on that. Your ability to be able to recognize it and have this kind of separation from it while you're biologically, physically experiencing that headache, that pressure, being able to pull yourself out, acknowledge the physical sensations and putting words to it, it's transformational. That's mindfulness.
Okay.
Doesn't take time. It's not like you have to sit there and go breathing nope. You just have to have a moment to go, I'm feeling that he undermined me. Now the key is that you're not describing it as a victim of it. That motherfucker, he's undermining me. He's making it, then you're just fueling.
Because I did do that.
Okay. That's the bias, right? It would be different. It would be able to say, you would need to be more observational. Dude, you would be a great best friend. Do you want me to go throw burning dog shit on his door? And I'd be like, yeah! He'd be like, I'll do it. I'll do it for you.
Tell me when.
Exactly. And I'll show up. So anyways, so that moment, that's the moment you need to just be able to pause and slow down and be able to go, okay, I'm having that feeling. And what is the resolution versus, because you could cope. We could cope. But it's not going to, it doesn't do anything for you. It's not actually, you did talk to him. You did express your feelings. You talked to her. You did all the things to actually resolve. The act of consumption or needing to release pressure in the head. I'm assuming when you go to food or when you go to a cigarette or when you go to whatever, you're releasing the pressure. It's like taking a moment of pause. Is that what that feels like to you? Or does it feel like just distraction? I mean, what is the feeling when you're eating now?
I don't know, because I just noticed too, I'm not even enjoying it. Like, it's not like, remember how, well, you had told me, like, when you eat, try and be mindful about what you're eating and, like, savor it and enjoy it. And I try to do that. I think I could probably do that far better, but I noticed.
Well, under these circumstances, it's not about the taste.
No, it's like I'm just, like, I don't even know if I'm, and there's nothing that it actually doesn't fill. It doesn't work. I just keep on. It's like, actually the receptors of anything are just turned off. It's just.
Well, the action then may be a distraction for you. Just distract. It's not really going to make things feel better. It's just like,
do something different so I'm not thinking about it.
Yeah, exactly. Give me another sensation. What's another sensation so that I can, like, move on? I mean, it could be your way of saying, can I get my mind off of this? Does that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sure. I'm just guessing from the outside.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds
Does it
Yeah.
feel right? So go into the feeling. The key is that you go back into that feeling and you're like, it's not really tasting good. I'm doing it anyways. What is it doing for me? Did it do anything for me? Of course it did. Otherwise, you wouldn't do
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I wonder if it's almost like a thing of, even though I feel like I'm out of control when it's happening, it's almost like a thing like where I'm in control of this, like even though I don't need it and even though it's detrimental for me and all these things,
It's a form of
I'm
compensation.
doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing it and
There's
it's
your power.
fine. I can have it and I'm doing it and it's almost like it feels like that. It feels like,
Oh, I'm a bad person. I'm a bad girl. I'm gonna do something wrong. Like that.
Yeah, like just,
Some people smoke cigarettes for that reason.
yeah.
You can't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
A fight for autonomy. That makes sense if you felt undermined and it was powerless. How can I regain my sense of power or control over your regulation, how you regulate?
Mm.
Were you, let's poke out a little bit more in the moment of like, again, and this could be applied to any behavior like scrolling or dating apps or buying something. Like if I just go look on, my anthropology app and get myself a new perfume, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It can be like, I deserve. Was there a sense of deservingness in it?
God, I wish I had paid more attention to the feelings that I was having throughout the day about when I was eating, because I don't feel like I know that I broke it down. I recognized, okay, I'm doing this because of this situation, and I know that. And I just don't know. And it was yesterday. Like, that's what's so stupid about it.
So you had to have felt like a victim at some point inside that experience yesterday.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Drama triangle.
Yeah.
Have you heard, do you know what the drama triangle is?
Uh-uh.
Okay, so this is pretty cool basic theory, right, on codependency. Or just, yeah, the victim triangle. You can look this up. Victim, persecutor, rescuer. Okay. This was coined by a therapist who found that a lot of relationship issues people have were based on these simple play, so like a play, like you're watching a play, right? So you could say this whole thing was, you could have written a play about, and there is always the victim. Oh, poor me, I'm a victim, I'm powerless, this happened to me, this is happening, it fucking sucks. There's the persecutor. That's the person that is like doing it to you, taking away your, fairness. This is your,
Mm-hmm.
and then there is the rescuer. The rescuer makes it all better. So I'm a victim of this situation or circumstance or this person. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the victim can be myself. I'm a victim of me because I'm a piece of shit person. Poor me. I'm a victim of how shitty I am. And then they're going to try to find a rescuer in food, drugs, alcohol, shopping, porn, sex, whatever. Dieting, thinness, fitness, exercise. It can go on and on and on and on and on. So think of it like the triangle. Who's the victim,
Mm-hmm.
who's the persecutor, and what's going to rescue you? So there is definitely a victim pattern.
Mm-hmm.
The persecution is the undermining. And what's the solution? Of course, you talked about it, you addressed it, you did all the things. But there was a need for the food consumption. What was it rescuing? Like, what was it really doing besides trying to get your nervous system regulated, would be my guess.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been depriving? Like, do we have a sideshow, a dieting sideshow?
No.
Okay, so had we added, so we're going to go back into that scenario, and I need you to add, if you had been dieting and restricting, it would have been way more pleasurable. Same food, more pleasure.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Right, and that we took that
And
out.
it would have been like whatever wasn't on the diet.
Correct. And then you would have had some type of excitement about it, because you would have been like, fuck it, I'm taking today off. I'm going to get what I want. Spark of excitement, dopamine.
Yeah. And then the next day it would restricted.
And you would have fixed it, but then you would have had some type of cycle. And then you would have been like, you know what? Licorice. Or whatever the hell it is that you were eating.
So that's interesting.
So it might have felt dull because it's nothing special. We've taken the diet away, which is really, really impactful around like, so the conditioning or the pattern of food being the rescuer just didn't quite rescue the way it normally does.
Yeah.
Or regulate. So go back in. Let's get rid of the rescuer. Why are you a victim in this situation? Your expectations, of course, unfairness occurs, and there ain't nothing wrong with being recognizing unfairness and undermining, especially when the goal, right, when you both have goals that you're trying to achieve as management, just trying to incentivize, trying to encourage, trying to like use the system that was put together.
And then I'm also needing to realize, I think I just, he's doing the best he can with what he has.
Yeah, and the way he's viewing this big situation.
Yeah. So it's not like he's trying to undermine me. It is what is happening, but it's not, I don't know that he's physically trying to.
Well, and you might be coming to this with childhood wounds of unfairness that I'm seeing as a pattern.
Yeah.
So you're more sensitive. You're more sensitive to these experiences and then it pissing you off. Versus having the experience and being able to regulate yourself a little bit better. Doesn't mean you don't talk about it. Doesn't mean you don't address it. Doesn't mean that you don't have, there aren't consequences. But the ability to handle it without it creating that headache.
What? Affecting my day.
Correct. Because this is what it is. This is, you're managing human beings and you're managing their livelihood. That's stressful. I would, if you can, in those moments, I'd like that I really actually appreciate that you said, God, I wish I could go back in that moment and pay attention to this side and this side. Not just what is it that I'm experiencing and feeling right now, which is being undermined, that motherfucker. Okay. Why am I so triggered by this? What is it? What is it that makes this you more reactive to it? Ooh, you know. Is there a pattern that you're seeing in that feeling?
Kind of, because I feel like the previous manager would do it. That I replaced, like he did it to multiple people. He didn't just do it to me, you know, but it was a common thing that he did versus but I mean that has to be further than that, you know. Because for some reason it just pisses me off.
Right. So that's it, there's something there.
Yeah.
And when did you learn your response? And when did it serve you like really well? Like where it was a good thing? Because we could say that that fight reaction, that being set off, has in your past benefited you.
I mean, I think in this industry, and especially being a female, you have to fight a little bit because you have to let people know you're not going to let them pull one over on you know, or steal from you or whatever, you know?
So do you feel like you have to compensate for being a woman?
In a way.
Yeah, you're probably very right. It's probably very true, right?
Yeah.
And so it benefits you to have a little bit more of a short fuse with
Or be like, you're not doing that to
with
me.
unfairness.
Gonna...
But do you think you bring that to the table because I don't want to argue that that's not true, but how much of that sensitivity to it exacerbates or makes you look for it?
Yeah, I don't want to exacerbate it at all. Like if that's, you know, it's kind of interesting because I don't think I realized that it could be stemming from something a long time ago. Which I would say, if I felt like there was something that ultimately in the core of me and my humanness and my experience that would say I felt unfair, the first thing I think about is the fact that I didn't have a dad going around, you know, and that he, you know, like he was there, but he wasn't. That there was a divorce and there was this and there was that. And my mom was super busy, and when we were at soccer practice she would just sit in her car because she was exhausted from working and keeping 2 kids afloat and all of that, like, and you've got the parents that are sitting there on the bleachers, like, that's where I guess for me I feel like in my life maybe that was a little unfair, not because I didn't see it that way at the time, obviously I just know now she was exhausted. Maybe that's where.
Let's go back into that. So you.
I'm just thinking, if I'm trying to go back to the source or where it started, it would have to be there. I don't feel like there was anything like, you know, I wasn't put in prison for murder and I didn't commit murder, you know.
Right. Well, the question I would have for you is if you could go back knowing what you know, because now you have adult perspective on your mother and your father, their relationship.
Yeah.
What would have been helpful for her not changing anything other than her perception, her awareness of the situation?
What could I have done?
What would she need to know if you could go back in that moment and give her knowledge of your mom, her exhaustion, their shitty marriage, just wanting to support you, but maybe not being the like, yay!
Yeah. I don't know, because I understand it now. So it's hard for me to say, like, if I could take myself back into not understanding it. Is that what you mean?
No, go back and give yourself understanding.
Okay.
How would you have received the same exact?
As a kid that would understand, I just that she's doing she's doing the job of 2 people and she's one person, and
do you think that you unfairly criticized her in that moment? Yeah. Knowing, okay, so this is you being the injustice of it all.
Yeah.
She was unjustly judged as a mother, given the context of where she was coming from. Chances are the parents in the stands that were going, yay, stay-at-home parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 double incomes. That had insurance. They had volunteer money, volunteer time. Right. So the comparison is between the mom labor between a mother that has a spouse dual income to a mom that's been divorced, single income. Is it fair to judge them the same? Agreed. Right? It's without context, we're all held to this same grandiose standard. And a kid doesn't know that. You're just recognizing difference. And you're positioning yourself to say, they are getting more, I'm getting less. This is unfair. It's unjust to me. But going back and seeing the injustice in how would you have felt about your mother given that knowledge?
I would have respected her way more.
Right.
Maybe done the dishes more often.
Right. And you would not have felt, you probably would have been just fine focusing on what you were doing with your sport and being like grateful. There would may have been gratitude for the fact that she
was even there.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing the fuck up, Mom.
Yeah.
Like, you put your heart and soul into being, like, getting us there. That, I think, would have been very liberating for you to be more present than always feeling like you're coming from a deficit. That feeling of coming from deficit, that I think is also being projected into what you're saying as a woman, which is fucking true on so many levels. So it's not like it's just a feeling. There's facts involved in being, starting with deficit, right? This is the other part about the unfairness or the injustice of someone, so given the lenience, right, of this pay structure, that there are, you can negotiate for pay given whatever. To me, there's a benefit to it now in this sense too, right? Like, given, if your mom could have said, I am a single mother, I need, if someone could just pay these bills, then I can show up for my kids for once. Maybe I can volunteer for art, Mom. And I don't know, but there's that, this is where equity, equality, this is the conversation around what does it mean? Equality is not the same as equity. Totally different, right? Access to opportunity. I think about this, let's just use college education. People that come from a lot of money don't have to take out loans, which means when they get the job with the same exact degree as someone who had to take out loans, who do you think benefits from the job? They don't have loan payments. So this person actually now is still in the same difference. They didn't really do anything different. It's the same disparity, right?
Oh my God. It pisses me off.
Am I triggering you? Is that such a trigger?
Next time you think about something like that, just send me a text and let me know.
Exactly. Right. So it's like how to maintain class order, how to keep people lower than these people when they don't do the same, they're not doing more work. Anyways, I digress. But in this moment, I need you to see oh, this idea of fairness is really difficult to assess without context, without really understanding what people are bringing to the table, right? Nothing is fair. Fairness doesn't even fucking exist, really. However, I will say, when you see a child living on the street in squalor, that's injustice. There's no reason for that to happen, right? People in poverty. What the fuck? We should have zero poverty. Given how rich people are, there's a lot of injustice in the world, and it is meaningful and worthy of fighting, and there are all this. But when it comes to you and your work and the need for you to shove shit in your face, when it doesn't help you, I mean, I honestly, how much time should you be thinking about your past? Well, it certainly helps to see the pattern and like when did this start and what would need a change. You kind of have to go back, and it is really powerful, to be honest with you, to rewrite your history from your current view. I
Mm-hmm.
often discuss this or describe this as updating your software. Your software might still be kind of doing things that are patterns from that period of time in your life where you just felt like your life started in a deficit and you have to, just to get to zero, work your ass off,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're not just working your ass off to zero just for you to now be successful. You have to, like, there is no trust fund, there is no whatever. So you're working your ass off just to, like, have a car. And you've been doing that forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know that today or the other day I was thinking, like, okay, well, am I hungry? Am I not hungry? When am I stop? And I'm thinking, I'm tired of thinking about it. Like, I just want it to be like, I just want it to be second nature. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to, at the same time, go, okay, give yourself a break.
It's really
Because I'm,
hard to be
it
second
is.
nature when
Yeah, because
you
this
have
is what I've
these.
done for so long. I'm eating the one meal and I'm thinking about the next meal. That's what I used to do.
Sounds like a really gratifying thing in your life. It is something you look forward to. Or is it something that you just feel like burdened by?
So now it's starting to kind of feel like it's not even, I don't know. It's just so for instance, today I was eating breakfast and I kind of ate a bite kind of quick because like people were coming in the room and like I was trying to, and it was just a weird thing. And I ate it kind of quick and I didn't, like, I should have chewed it more, like it was a basic, like, just for healthiness, like
Yeah.
for digestion.
Sure,
I needed to
sure.
chew it
You
more.
scarfed
And
it
I
down.
remember thinking, like, damn it, and I'm like, but I get it. Again, I'm trying to give myself a little bit of grace. There's a lot of stuff going on, this and that, people coming out. David's like, just finish your bite and then I'll come in my office, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, like, gosh, and then I'm like, stop. I'm kind of beating myself up a little bit about it too, but I'm also trying to navigate this new side of it that I don't understand.
Right. You're describing like an intensely pressurized space.
Mm-hmm.
Go, 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 go. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Like very little wiggle room. So when you say grace,
Mm-hmm.
that's what you're describing is like wiggle
Yeah.
room. If you were not in a pressurized space, how would you have responded?
I would have enjoyed it.
And would
Just
that
would
have
have.
really made an impact on the outcome? Maybe 2 minutes of time was saved?
Yeah. 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 No.
Right. Where does that come from? Is that like
I don't know. I'm just trying to, I think I'm dissecting it sometimes mentally more. Like, I think, and I was saying this to Jeff, like, I am tired of thinking about it. Like, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I'm just tired of thinking about it.
mm-hmm.
Like, today I was like, okay, wait. And this was a legitimate thing. Like, it was like one or two. And I'm like, but I'm not hungry. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to get anything. And sometimes I am hungry. So that's fine. And then I was like, at 4, I was like, okay, am I hungry?
Oh my
I'm
God.
not hungry.
You're going to have to deal with all of the underlying shit. If you're sick and tired of like, is it time yet? Is it time yet? Oh my God. Is it time yet? Oh my God.
And then I didn't get anything. And then I was like, well, I think I'm going to be fine because I'm trying to gauge hunger. And I'm like, no, but I'm not hungry. So
Okay, this is too pressurized. It's just, I'm sorry. You're just like, oh my God. No wonder you're miserable. Like, why can't you just not pay attention to it? And when you're hungry, you pay attention to it.
Yeah.
So you're paying way too much attention, which tells me you want to eat a lot. during the day.
Yeah, so maybe there's still, but I mean, I felt like today was a great day. Like I didn't
Okay,
have
good.
stress. I don't. I wonder if it. Sometimes I wonder if it's almost like habitual. Like it's just,
Could be.
you know.
That, yeah, well, then what does that tell you about how often food is how you break your day up?
Mm-hmm.
Food or drink, food or drink.
So I didn't eat anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't hungry.
Yeah.
And then I'm fine. Like I haven't eaten anything now.
Yeah.
And I'm fine.
Yeah, I know. And you should have
Like,
all.
it's just so annoying. It's because I'm thinking about all of the like seconds that I've wasted just thinking about it. Like,
Okay, we'll get over
why
it
am I
because.
even gauging it? Why
Well,
can't I just think about it when I'm physically hungry? It triggers me to think about food.
okay, so
Like that's
clearly. Okay, so let me describe this to you. This is my guess. The table of abundance. We've talked about the table of abundance, right? Okay. So the table of abundance, when you have someone that has that table of abundance, it's full of food, full of everything you can imagine. And you say, well, go sit at this table of scarcity or dieting, right? And it only has certain things available to you, right? And the person is like, okay, so you have this table of scarcity and this table of abundance. The scarcity table, how often do you think that person thinks about food?
all the time.
Yes, that's what you're describing currently.
Yeah. So maybe it's because I feel like this is so good.
I'm going to hold your thought.
Got it.
Now, get rid of the scarcity table. You will never, ever, ever again sit at that table. You live at the table of abundance at all times. It is there forever. You can, it's perpetually full, perpetually filling. Everything you can imagine is on that table. You can have it anytime you want, in any quantity you want, anytime, anything. Do you really need to keep tabs on when you get hungry?
No.
Right. And then it just is like, oh, I'm hungry. Ooh, what sounds good? Oh, Indian food. Delivery. Ooh, get the extra coconut naan. There's this restaurant here in Boise called Percy that I'm obsessed with. I cannot wait to go again. I withhold myself from that only because I can't. It's just maybe that's why I'm thinking about it all the time.
Yeah.
Well, because it's expensive. It's a really fancy freaking. But I like to sit at the bar and then I'm like, oh, give me a glass of wine, give me that focaccia, give me this. It's so fucking good.
What kind of food is it?
It's just really delicious meat. It's American.
Yeah.
And it's I wouldn't say it's fine dining, but it is delicious. All local made sourdough breads, local every freaking thing. All house made. It's so good. Anyways, back to you. You're describing with this, am I hungry? Am I hungry? What time is it? It's am I hungry? Even the fact that you're looking at the time, hungry. You have been sitting at that table, the scarcity table, for a long time. And I think you really need to give yourself full permission to go eat whatever you want when you're hungry. So you don't need to sit there and you don't need to like micromanage it. You can trust it. So some of this is like, do you not trust it?
I mean, that's part of it. I think I've been told not to trust it. Right? Like, you should eat every 3 or 4 hours, or this diet that's this.
Yeah. Well, that is under
this diet where,
that's under
and then how do you know if you're not lightheaded and seeing stars? How are you losing weight? If you're not wanting to go to bed at 7 o'clock at night because you're exhausted and your hair's not falling out, probably not losing weight, right? Like,
I love that you just said that.
Whole thing. It's just
you'd have to surrender the whole pressure to lose weight. Just let it go. Like take it out. take it out of the equation, you can always bring it back in. You can always bring that back in. So right now, like, get rid of it. Just get rid of it, because it's pressurizing everything. And this is something that I have seen, and I'm not saying this is what you're doing, but this would be my guess, is that the hunger scale is your diet, and we got to get that out. So you're sitting at the table of scarcity until you're hungry. Oh. Am I hungry yet? Am I hungry yet? Do I get to go sit at the table?
There's honestly a part of it of like picturing a table with a bunch of food on it and saying that's the table I get from now on
forever
is kind of, in a way, a little scary, because it's like, oh, but can I trust myself? Like, I don't know.
No, I felt that way. I know exactly. I know the feeling. I have experienced that feeling, because let me tell you, binging is fun. I used to love the euphoria of a full binge as a bulimic, and I don't think you're binging. I just think you're disordered. I hate to even call it disordered, but that's the term.
Oh, yeah.
Disordered eating. I don't think you have an eating disorder, but it's euphoric. Binging is fun and euphoric and exciting when you get the liberation from the dieting dogma. You don't have to feel bad about what you're eating. That alone, taking away the feelings of badness connected to types of food, feels so good. And not only that, but not having to worry about quantity, calorie, that is amazing. So then you just give yourself this huge smorgasbord of freedom. That freedom is directly tied to the restraint. If you didn't have restraint, the freedom wouldn't make you so high. Right? And so what I picture in my mind you're doing is you are sitting at an empty table with no food, zero food. And then you're saying, when can I go to the table of abundance? So you still have two tables.
Yes.
I'm like,
it sounds like.
Yeah, get rid of the empty
That's not my table.
I sit at an empty table, and I'm going to check the time and make sure, am I hungry yet? Am I hungry? Am I hungry?
Because I'm not a good girl yet.
Fucking A. So get rid of the empty table and just know that you have shit to do. You have shit to accomplish. When you're hungry, you get to go sit at that table and you get to go eat whatever the fuck you want. And there's no shame. There's no guilt. You haven't done anything wrong. Add that to the equation. There's no shame. There's no guilt. You've done nothing wrong. There is no bad food. That does not exist. It doesn't exist. Get rid of that brainwashing. All food is safe. All food. Let's go there. Even though we could say, of course, PFAS, all of the plastics in our food, sure. The glyphosate. There's all sorts of crap in the United States fucking food system. We need that to be gone for the moment, because your fight or flight response is so freaking tenuous. It is so sensitive. We got to get rid of that for now, for you to be able to sit at this table of abundance so you can actually experience what it feels like to be secure. If we look at attachment theory, you're anxious attached when it comes to your body image and food. When can I eat? When can I eat? Oh, I need to text eating. Anxious attachment. And we need your relationship with food to be secure so you don't have to check in at all. I want you to, do you know anything about attachment theory with relationships with your parents? Okay, so if you were raised in a home, let's just say with your parents, your attachment starts with your parents. Okay? And I would say you're generally an avoidant attachment. That would be my guess, but not with food, man. You're anxious attached to food. Most everybody is, though. So with your parents, if they were like, especially like with divorce, emotionally unavailable, emotionally like available and then gone. And then so your mom would be there and then she wouldn't be there. Your father was completely gone. So you learned to cope by working your ass off, trying to prove yourself, avoiding relationships. If anything got too serious, oh shit, I could get
Avoiding my
abandoned.
feelings.
I could get
Yeah.
abandoned. This is too vulnerable. I need my independence. I don't want to start to depend on someone because they could just blow up and leave you.
Mm.
Okay, so that's avoidant attachments. You still want
Mm-hmm.
attachment, you still want love and belonging, but you're kind of a, it gets too close and you get turned off,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anxious attached is someone that has learned to fawn, to I need attention. I want to like get your attention. So I'm going to be like, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. So typically, right? In that case, you had to comply to an angry person as a child growing up. You had to like perform. You had to like try to get attention and you got attention. So that's anxious. And again, I'm not doing it justice.
Mm-hmm.
So someone who is secure can go both directions. They can be like distant and they can work really hard, but they're pretty damn secure and they don't really have to force anything. They're open to the truth or open to the reality. This is where our goal would be, is that you become securely attached to food,
Mm-hmm.
not anxiously attached to food, or avoidant, which would be
Mm.
the diet. Dieting is avoidant. Nature is
Mm.
anxious. We need you to be secure. The way people relate to food when they feel secure with it is they don't have to text it every time. They don't have to check the time. They don't have to micromanage what's in the food. That's anxious, 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 anxious,
Mm.
anxiety. If you felt like food is always going to be there, you can have cake if you want, hot dogs if you want, lasagna if you want, pizza if you want. You want tacos, you want Indian food, you want sushi, what do you want? Notice the feeling changes. All of a sudden you're like, "Oh, I don't have to check in. I don't have to
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to be like checking my app to see where their location is at all times cuz they might cheat on me." You're not doing any of that. You're just like
Mm-hmm.
secure. And then I'll eat enough. I don't have to have too much. So you're not, because you're going to go back later. And who wants to be full and stuffed and like, oh,
Yes. Sloppy. Yeah.
yeah, or the pressure to have to restrict the next day. I mean, honestly, being secure with food is like the anti restriction, right? And the anti binge eater. It's the anti of both anxiously attached and avoidant to food. You don't need either. It's very peaceful. It's very, very organic. I get hungry, I eat food. It doesn't mean you don't think, what would sound good? What can I afford? What's convenient? There's all sorts of logic that goes into it as well. It's not all pleasure based, but pleasure is a huge part of it. Because you could go to that table of abundance and given the security of it, you get to go with your feeling. Like, for example, if I eat just fried mozzarella sticks, I'm going to shit my pants. So, does it sound good? I'll have a taste. That's about all I want. And then you go and you
Yeah.
pick around and you're like, it sounds really good. I've been in the sun. Maybe a little margarita. What type of margarita? Well, do you want it to have spice in it? You get to choose. Okay. What if you want my neighbor just brought this. She's learning to cook her own sourdough bread. Do you know how much bread I've eaten the last 2 days? Oh, fuck yeah. It is so good. I might just take a whole thing. I don't have to worry about how much I've been eating. I don't
Yeah.
think about it. When I'm hungry, the first thing I've been going to is sourdough bread. And then I pick and choose. Do I want it toasted with salted butter on it? Or I just want straight, chewy, doughy bread because it's not really hardened yet?
Yeah.
And tonight I'm like, do I go down to Percy and order myself that, delicious pappardelle with freaking short freaking ribs? Oh man. I have the table of abundance and I don't have to. It's too costly. Or I can just stay here and have a bowl of cereal. And then I intellectually think, well, maybe I need more fiber. So you know what? I'm going to put some bran buds in that while I put my Cinnamon Toast Crunch in it. Low maintenance.
Yeah.
And what guides me is 1, I'm hungry. 2, what sounds good. 3, what's reasonable, manageable. 4, do not make yourself sick. Don't get uncomfortable. I don't like being uncomfortable. I like to feel satisfied. I don't want the physical discomfort to prolong how much I focus on eating, because the physical discomfort of overeating prolongs the impact of the eating. How much room do you want food to take up in your mind?
I'm so tired of it. Like, I'm none.
Well, it's going to take up, ideally, it's around 25%.
Yeah. Damn it.
Not 80. Not 80%.
Yeah. Yeah. But I just don't, I'm like,
your fear of that table, I think we should just at least play with it. Why aren't you more afraid of this anxious attachment to food that comes from your dieting problems? Your body image problems? This concept of health, which is conceptual, meaning it's been made up.
Mm-hmm. Why am I scared of it?
Well, the table of abundance.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't think I could. To me, it sounds out of control. It just sounds like I feel like I would be out of control.
Well, that's what you've experienced on a diet, after a diet.
Yeah. So that's why I think it's just not known, and it just
sounds perfect.
But I haven't been like restricting what I eat. I haven't been. But at the same time, I think physically thinking about it, like when I think of that, it sounds like chaos for me.
That's because you've had the table of restriction.
Yeah.
So we're going to get rid of that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But at the same time, too, it feels like freedom. It sounds like freedom. It sounds like it. I've never known that before. So it's almost like going skydiving the first time. Like, I just don't know.
It's a little different, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. No.
Like, I just think it's like,
I get what you're saying.
You're gonna be okay. Everybody's like, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna do great. Like,
well, this is the power of the human mind. We have this foresight, the ability to foresee something, and this is what inspires us, because you can foresee what life would be like, right? So we can practice this in your mind, and it's actually quite powerful, if not more power. It's very powerful. It actually makes a difference to foresee what happens if we remove the empty table forever, and you have this table of abundance forever, and there is no shame or guilt attached to anything at the table of abundance. Give yourself a moment. Feel that out. Tell me what it feels like.
I mean, freeing. I think I said that last time, like a freedom.
So keep on going. There's no shame or guilt when you eat whatever you want. There's no you did wrong. There's no wrong. There's no bad. There's no I fucked it up.
Like, I don't know. It wouldn't matter.
And then what? Keep on going. How much would you want to eat then?
No, it wouldn't matter. Like, I would, whatever I need to satisfy me. And I move on. And I'd be focused on other things that don't have to do with thinking about food.
Right. So now we're going to practice inserting shame and guilt to the choice. What happens when you feel like you ate something bad? Ruin.
Then I want to eat something good next time, or restrict until then.
And then what happens?
Then I miss that because I've said that it's bad and I'm restricting it. So then I'm going to want it more in the background, but then I might push and restrict more and more. And then when I get to go to that again, I'll probably overeat it.
And then you feel bad, and then you feel like you ruined
Do
it.
the same thing again.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the issue really isn't the access to the food, it's the shame and the guilt attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get rid of the morality. So this is the key for you. There is no good or bad food. You can have anything you want. No shame, no guilt. You have access to anything. And none of it is bad. There is no wrong. There's no right. If you can get rid of that, what happens is it takes out the feeling of ruin. Think about how many times you've overconsumed because you felt like I've ruined it.
Tons.
Pair that with, and I'll fix it later.
Mm-hmm.
I've ruined it. I'll fix it later. There's the space for a binge. Right there. It's the binge sandwich.
Yeah.
I've ruined my diet. I will diet later to fix what I'm doing. There's your freedom. It's super euphoric. It's the most exciting thing ever in that space. That's what it's we're getting rid of the fixing it. That's the other side. You're not fixing shit. So get rid of fixing it. So in that moment, you can have anything you want, no freedom, or excuse me, no shame, no guilt, no wrong, no ruin, and there is no fixing. So how much would you eat?
I mean, as much as I needed.
That's about it.
Yeah.
That's secure. That's a secure attachment to food. Now, how often do you...
I think sometimes that I think too, I'm like, and this is, I don't know what that, like, because I think I've started to realize that I don't need to eat that much. And then I'm like, but I kind of miss then that I can't eat that much. So what is that?
So to me, that's the grieving process of the drama. I had to grieve too. The euphoria of that excessiveness is so full of drama. Grieve it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not.
All right. It's just like, ugh. I'd rather enjoy each bite and enjoy it with pleasure than to just
have the chaos and the guilt and the
and then to have to fix it.
Yeah.
Having to fix it is, to me, like, oh my God, that's where you go into that narrow space. Fuck no. No. I'd rather be huge. I would contemplate in that space. Do you really need control, or is your body capable of handling?
My body's capable. I mean,
let me give you a scenario really quick. I want you to, and then we'll be done. I really want you to think about, what would you do if you do what I say? You quit all dieting, you quit all food moral codes. Of course, you keep some intelligence involved, right? It's not like I'm saying go eat sugar every day all day long or whatever.
Yeah.
Meat all day long. I'm not telling you any of that. And you eat when you're hungry and you avoid fullness. You go to satisfaction. And what are you going to do when you lose 20 pounds? Not trying. Completely not aiming for the goal. That is not your goal. You just quit all dieting and you quit trying to lose weight, which gives you the freedom.
I would be appreciative that my body works.
One. What else? There's more.
don't know, relieved.
How about the first thing I felt was like the diet industry was super exposed.
Yeah.
Like, what? They're the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that it's huge because in my head I feel like, yes, I had an issue, but it's almost like it what is the word I'm looking for? Exploited the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Like they exploited it and then made it so much worse on so many different facets in so many different ways. Like not just exploited it once, like exploited it over and over and over and over again to where it's like disfiguring my like it's like now it's like onion layers of having to peel back dysfunction from the diet industry.
The wellness industry too. It's included in the wellness industry.
Yeah.
Right, which is also selling you supplements and hormones, and there's some benefits to all of those things. There's benefit to a lot of it, but it's all coming from a place of anxiety around mistrust with your body, not feeling safe in your body. And it's like they're selling the, the anxious apps. Like, again, so well, I don't mind the calms. I mean, those are great. But what I mean by that is, okay, so in attachment, going back to attachment theory, imagine if there's a company that will allow you to track your significant other's every move, phone call, relationship, and to control it, what they can and cannot do so that you feel safe from whatever, from their infidelity. That's what they're doing. I can't trust you. So I'm going to have an app that tells me how much calories, how much carbs, what's my keto status. It's going to track my sleep cycles, my menstrual cycles, my hormone cycles. I'm going to track. Yes, and I love these. I'm not saying, but imagine that. Well, what do you think that is? It's like, do you think that's actually helping the person who is super insecure in themselves? They can't handle, they have to control everything to feel safe, which is a coping mechanism. Is that really helping them? Or is it perpetuating this need, this kind of codependency for controllingness, right? So what would happen if you just accepted your body and you could then go into what would it be like to have freedom with food at this table of abundance, and what would your body's natural state be like if you had stopped controlling it? What's the natural state? So that would be like saying, what is my natural relationship with my boyfriend or my spouse if I didn't control? What do they really want to do? Because if they really want to go out and cheat, they're going to do it.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. Yeah.
So you should be, and honestly, I want to be with someone who has fidelity, right? Or who loves me, who appreciates me, who puts me on a pedestal and says, oh my God, I'm so lucky to be with that person, then it's natural and it doesn't require all of this labor and intensiveness. You don't need it. They have their freedom because you're secure in yourself. That's what I'm suggesting for you. Your relationship where you have attachment issues is with your body, which has everything to do with how you're perceived in your community, because we're pack animals. I could keep on going. But in this moment, the only reason why you're so anxious with food is because you're so anxious with your body. Okay. I'm probably overdone it. We're way over time. But okay. Let me end this.